everyone, welcome to Chatbox Reviews. I'm your host Tanya, and with me today is my lovely husband Stanley. We just came out of Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage.
So yeah, we're going to do a quick review and then we're going to get into spoilers.
Yes.
I think this is kind of on par with the first one.
The first one was pretty good.
First one was really
Blew us
great
away.
to just see the character come to life and stuff and everything. Because this is coming from a comic fan from way back in the 90s and stuff. So, begging for years to see Venom come on screen. And then when we saw Spider-Man 3, it's like just such a screwed up version.
So bad.
So to see Tom Hardy get this with the first one that he did, and I was really happy with it. I was really stoked. This one here is like kind of all right, it seems a little bit crammed and rushed. But at the same time, too, I'm kind of like, well, where are they going with it? I think they were planning ahead a bit too much.
Yeah, they played on the comedy probably a little too much.
Yeah, Andy Serkis was directing this one.
Right.
And it just seems like, I don't know, because there's all these different factors and stuff in with like a studio will chop apart a movie so they can have it shorter so they can put more sessions in the theater.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like kind of, there's certain things that they've cut out of it where it just, it didn't seem like, all right, we're on this story here and then we're on this. It's like, no, let's just see what Eddie Brock's doing. And, with the whole symbiote and stuff, like all of that kind of storyline.
Yeah.
The whole deal with Woody Harrelson and stuff, like being, Cassidy and stuff, just being like, it should have really been strongly on him and his origin story. We didn't need, what's her name, Naomi Harris's character.
She's gorgeous.
She always looks amazing,
stunning.
but
Yeah.
I kind of was like, seemed like that was just shoehorned in there, like that backstory and stuff. And
my thought went to, are they trying to introduce X-Men? Because she's got a mutant power.
yeah,
And they even say the word mutation. So I was like, oh, are we trying to slide in X-Men here? What's happening?
there's been a whole kind of thing with like back through, the early 2000s stuff when Fox had the rights and stuff to like the X-Men stuff. And when Avengers came about and stuff, they weren't able to use adamantium as a name, as a metal source, so they used vibranium instead. And then, with the X-Men, if you've seen X-Men First Class, where they're just saying, we're the children of the atom and stuff, they talk about radiation. They can't say gamma radiation. So there's all this different stuff. So I think Sony retains partial rights to being able to introduce potentially some kind of X-Men terms and slogans and stuff, but yeah, in this it kind of leaves you asking the question of like, oh, is Sony in that thin line of like, hey, we don't have the rights to the X-Men, but we do have certain rights and stuff. It's like James Gunn had talked about when he made Guardians of the Galaxy. He said, we don't have the rights to the Skrulls. Yeah. But we have partial rights to them. And then, when Fox shares got bought out and stuff by Disney, all of a sudden they're able to use
all the rights.
Skrulls and stuff. Yeah. So with this one, it's just kind of like we're on the fence because, we're fans, but we're also kind of curious with how the system works and stuff. We want to see how the sausage is made, kind of. But at the same time, with this, it seems like what they were doing was, they had the story, but then they said, hey, can we put a little bit of this in there and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and this? And then we'll take some of that and we'll put this in here and we'll put this in there and stuff. And it's,
what happens.
It just kind of felt a little bit like Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, it's a short movie.
Yeah.
But there was a lot in it.
And it did, the pacing of it was a little bit fast at times, and then it slowed down a little too slow.
Yeah, there's lots of cutaway scenes that I really wanted to get back into. It's just like, wait, hang on, let's just go back.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy about the whole, freaking, let's do the whole equal rights, equality stuff and all this inclusion stuff. I'm like, it's too heavy-handed on that. You got to stop panning to, not much of an audience, but that side of you know, the
loud
complaints
people.
and stuff,
Yeah.
the ones that keep chirping on Twitter and stuff, like, just appeal to the fans, because the
Yeah.
fans are the ones that are coming out. Don't try and do it for everyone,
Yeah.
because you can't please everyone. It's never enough. Just focus on the fans, just give them what they like. So there's little nods here and there, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, too much on this other side of stuff, not enough for, like, you know, fan service and stuff. And I like fan service.
Yeah.
But this was like, you know, I think the effects, everything looked good. It was a little zoomed in now and then on, like, Carnage too much. So I was
Yeah.
just like, kind of, because we saw this in VMAX.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Yeah, and it was kind of fun. I think, like, Woody Harrelson was really cool. I would have liked more of him, and solely him, as
Yeah.
well as, like, having Tom Hardy there as Eddie Brock. Him and, like, you know, the
Just
whole,
to get that full story.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the whole We Are Venom thing. It's like, kind of let them have their day. You don't have to focus on, like, this and this and this and this, go all over the place. But yeah, at the end of the day, I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, as a rounded movie, I thought it was alright. The first one was a lot better for me, but that was probably because I went in with no expectations, and it just kind of blew my socks off. I was like, wow, this is great. So I walked out of that one absolutely stoked with it. This one, it was a little bit campy. It reminded me a bit of the
Yeah.
90s a little bit. So I was like, oh,
That's a good way, like, a little campy, because
Yeah,
that
campy.
first one, when, you know, that SWAT team surrounding him and they're just like, mask,
this one felt a little bit more
copy.
PG.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like, and then, like, you know, the scene where you have Eddie Brock, he finally accepts having the symbiote, and he's just like, mask, and freaking
Yeah.
Venom, copy.
Mask on.
Like, that was freaking cool. Like, he didn't say
I
mask
know,
on.
that's so cool.
But, like, yeah, I just, a few times I was just like, kind of, there's nothing really crazy fun for me with this one. It wasn't as fun as the first one.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of okay to watch if you want to see Carnage and Venom, like, smashing each
They
other
look
on.
gorgeous. Like
Yeah.
the way that they shot it was a little bit-
Picturesque.
yeah, very,
Yeah.
very, very pretty. But if you want spoilers,
Yeah.
here we go.
So stop listening now if you haven't seen any, you don't want it spoiled. So that whole, like, right at the start where it's going into the origin story and stuff of, like, you know, Cassidy and stuff, like, that was fine.
Yeah.
As soon as they started making it a love story, I was just like, what? Nah. I don't care about the misunderstood villain. I want to see the brutal, like, you know, let's go around, let's cause carnage, like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And-
Unacquitted Carnage.
Yeah, that, like, whole look of him when he does form up, like, that should have happened, like, the movie should have started with freaking the end off, like, you know, Venom, when he goes to talk to him. And then, like, lo and behold, like, just to have Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy's character, just come in, solve this little murder mystery thing and stuff of all his victims, and then just, like, start the movie like that when he goes and meets with him and stuff, and he bites him and he gets the freaking,
That would actually be really cool.
Yeah.
Just like having that opening scene of that, and then
yeah, and we're
Carnage
off.
just going in.
We're
Yeah.
off and running. We don't need the love story thing in there. You could cut that all out
Yeah.
and save a good half hour.
So much jokes.
It was just so kind of annoying. Like, and that's another thing too. Like, for Sony, it's like, kind of, you had your Joker, you had your, and, like, no one could do it justice. Like, one of the perfect portrayals of, like, you know, Heath Ledger doing Joker. That was great. You could have had Woody Harrelson, like, just carry this film as Carnage
Yeah.
and just have him, like, tearing up the city and stuff. But
Yeah,
he
just
ended up
letting
trying to
loose.
make him misunderstood. I'm like, why'd you do
Yeah.
that?
Well,
Like,
the
that's
fact
so
that, you know,
stupid.
when he, like, I thought it'd be really smart for him to make a diversion, instead of running off to try find his love, it would be him break the wall of the prison and release all the prisoners to make havoc for the cops.
Yeah.
To try and get them to focus over here
Yeah.
while he's wrecking things up over there.
Yeah.
So I thought that would have been a lot better, but
That's another thing. Like,
Yeah.
everyone in the comments and stuff, like, you know, you can say, stop making a better movie or stop making it make sense, like to do this and that with the story. But, you know, you just can't help but feel this stuff after you've, like, you know, read a few comics and seen these characters through the years and just go, you know, why are they going in that direction and stuff? And who knows what they're doing following this. But
there was so many disposable characters in this as well.
yeah, it was just a little bit too, you know,
Like that lovely lady, Naomi
Harris, yeah.
Naomi Harris. She was just kind of tossed away, disposed. She was there for one purpose.
Yeah, she just hung a dude, and then freaking Carnage just comes up and he's looking at her, and she's like, "Whoa, that's too much."
Yeah,
And it's like,
girl,
well, you just
you've been wrecking the
murdered.
city.
Yeah, you just tried to murder a freaking dude, and now all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I'm having second thoughts." It's like, no,
Yeah.
you're freaking
You're
nuts.
in it.
Like,
You
you
knew
know,
what you're
you've
getting into.
kidnapped people. You've
Yeah.
freaking,
You've killed
you know,
cops. Yeah, you've done the whole thing, and then it was just like, just boom, gone.
yeah.
I really liked the Punisher cop in it though. That was really cool. A little bit of a drop.
He's yeah.
Maloney.
I can't remember. I can't remember who he is exactly, but I know he's implemented through a lot of the
And his eyes glowed at the end.
Yeah, I can't remember like who exactly.
Wasn't there a few versions of Venom as well? So like his blood gets in other people and they all become like a different kind of venom.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
And I was really annoyed at Carnage getting the chop. I was like, I thought he was supposed to be the badass and, you know, not die
Well,
that fast.
here's my theory for that. Because they're doing all this multiverse of madness for Doctor Strange. They're doing all this
Very
like
excited.
stuff with Spider-Man, No Way Home. Just the idea of them saying we're going to have different versions of all these characters and stuff. Who knows? They could recast Woody Harrelson and have a different version of Venom
true,
show
yeah.
up and stuff. Like, you know, could have Jim Carrey show up and play that version.
Yeah.
I think like that's fan casting. I know he was the Riddler, and I know he's the boss at the end of freaking Sonic and stuff, and like but I think Jim Carrey would have done a really good cast.
Yeah, he would actually be really good.
Yeah.
Channel that.
Give him the red hair and stuff. Yeah. But I just keep thinking like there's a lot of missed opportunities, but there's also a lot of setup in this. Because we got to see what's her name, Michelle Williams doing
Michelle Williams,
She
gorgeous.
Venom again, which was kind of interesting and stuff. But at the same time, I'm just like, like, you know, she did more in the first one than she did in this one. But I can't really think of anything besides that end credit scene.
That ending, that ending where they're on the beach and Venom's like, you know, got his feet in the sand. I'm like, this is so not what I was expecting. It was very kind of reminded me of
Sitcom.
Mary-Kate and Ashley 90s running around New York sort of stuff. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
No, like we don't need him sitting on a beach and relaxing, you know, having a Mai Tai or whatever.
Yeah.
we know we're here to watch Venom. But the fact that they switched realities, that was really cool.
Yeah, that was kind of
I did not expect that.
I'm guessing that's the big wave or blend of realities from Doctor Strange, like all of that kind of stuff. Like, we don't know what's going to be coming, but seeing Tom Hardy,
Tom Holland.
Yeah, Holland. I'm getting my Toms mixed up. So like, just seeing him doing that quick cameo at the end and stuff, that was kind of cool, like the post-credit scenes and stuff. But even like seeing Jameson, like, because you saw the Daily Bugle kind of thing, so I don't know if that's sort of them hinting at Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield could potentially be in this world as well, one of them. Because the rumor is that they're going to kill off Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in the new one stuff. But then again, like, there's all these other rumors. Like, stacks and stacks, like, going around, like, Emma Stone's returning as Spider-Gwen in Far From Home. And
that would be really
No
cool.
Way Home, whatever it's
No
called,
Way Home,
And then there's, like, all these other rumors and stuff with the whole... frick is Morbius
Oh,
coming out.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so they're gonna like do a cameo with Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock in that, and just a whole bunch of like really crazy stuff. Like I think Silver Banshee and Black Cat. They're gonna have like a
Yes.
heist movie
I'm ready
with
for
them,
this.
which would be kind of interesting and stuff. But yeah, I can't really say much else about this.
Yeah, so
Like,
you, as a whole, you enjoyed it, but just not as much as the first one?
yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
like kind of sort of up there, only because of those fight scenes between Venom and
Yeah,
Carnage
I just
that I
wish they
really
would
like.
focus more on them. They do quick cutaways where it's just about to get interesting, and I'm like, but wait!
It feels like, honestly, if there's an extended edition out
Oh,
there, I'd like to see
Yeah,
it.
I'm ready to see that. I want deleted scenes. I want extended scenes. I want all of it. But you let us know what you thought of Venom in the comments below. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch.
And thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.